Welcome to class 5 of 6 in the Intro to Athletic Training series. We will teach you how to produce and absorb force dynamically with control. Classes move from beginner to advanced progressions over the course of the series. It is for anyone with a desire to feel more athletic and is approachable for all fitness levels. All you'll need is some weights and your water. Let's get started. We'll be starting easing into things today with a little mobility warm-up, so follow my lead. We'll begin standing today. So we're going to relax the arms and shoulders, shake it out, ground yourself, and just start with a few neck circles here. So ear drops to the left shoulder. We're going to tuck the chin to the chest, make it all the way to the other side, ear to the right shoulder. If it feels good to go all the way around, you can. Otherwise, stop short and go back the other direction. Nice and slow. Take your time. Loosening things up here. One more each way. Nice. Next, we're going to bring the arms overhead. You can interlace the fingers and reach up to the ceiling. From here, we're going to do a side stretch either direction. So reaching up and over, stretch out one side of the body, breathe in, come across to the other side. Go back and forth, nice and slowly. One more each way. Come back to center, release your arms down. And then for the next movement, you can keep your arms in front or you can bring your hands behind, interlace the fingers behind your hips, and we'll be folding forwards. So again, either hands in front or behind is totally fine. Slowly keep the knees a little bit bent, fold forwards, all the way down. If your arms are behind, you can reach them up to the ceiling. Stretch through the back side of the legs and the shoulders. And then release the arms down to the floor. Take another breath here. We'll be walking out into a high plank. So take your time really grabbing the floor, walk yourself out, hands, and then you can bring your feet back into your plank. Stack your shoulders over your hands. Take a breath or two in your plank position. Feel the core and the shoulders warming up. Then we're going to step the right foot outside the hands. So nice, long, low lunge here. And on the exhale, we'll be reaching the right arm up to the ceiling. So rotating to the right, reach up. Inhale back down. 2 more like that. Nice work. Step the right foot back, left foot forward, outside your hands. Nice long back leg. You can always drop your back knee to the mat if you need to here. I'm going to keep mine lifted. Exhale, rotate to the left. Inhale back down. One more here. Nice work. Step the feet back together and then walk your feet to your hands, small steps. And then slowly roll it all the way up to standing. Nice. Borrowing from the yoga world a little bit for our warm-up. Next one, we're going to get a little bit more active and bring some more tension into the muscles here. So we're starting with a reverse lunge and a twist for the warm-up. So you're going to take a step back with one leg. I'm gonna keep my right leg forward, left leg back, lunge down, and then we're gonna rotate to the right, the upper body. So you can have your hands in front here, or you can bring your hands to your ears, rotate, and then come all the way back up. So again, elbows open, arms up, or in front, totally fine. So we're gonna do 6 total, 3 each side, nice and smooth. Breathe in, exhale, rotate, come back up. We'll call that 2. One more each side. Nice work. Next, we're gonna warm up the core, the whole body, but also the core. And all you need is your body weight. So we're gonna take the feet a little wider than hip width apart, bend the knees slightly, and then tuck your pelvis and feel the abdominal wall engage as you do that. Arms are gonna be in front, hands together, shoulders down. We're moving just the arms and the hands side to side, nothing else. So we're trying not to wiggle the body. We're trying to fight against the speed and rotation of our arms here. So we're only gonna do 10 seconds. Breathing is shallow and small here. And we're trying not to move the body against our force. So I'll show you what this looks like and then we'll do 10 seconds. So we're gonna go here. Okay, so minimal wiggle, arms fast as you can, 10 seconds, ready, set, go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you should feel that all over, but really strong through the core. All you need is 10 seconds. Should feel a little bit out of breath. Excellent job. Third, for our warm-up, more dynamic, single leg to double leg pogo jumps. So we'll do 3 mini sets of 5 each. We're gonna pop off of 2 feet first, little arm pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then right to 5 on the right leg, 5 on the left leg. We'll repeat that 3 times and then take a little breather. So nice and springy, not as high as you can on the first round. Just focus on minimal knee bend and being nice and springy through your feet into the floor. So here we go. 5 double, 5 single, 5 single, 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Nice work. So if you're kind of traveling all over the place with those, next round, try to stay on one spot if you can. You'll notice the power decrease when you get to a single leg. We're gonna work on trying to get more power out of the single legs on the next set. One more round through our dynamic warm-up. We're coming back to the reverse step lunge. We're adding a twist. Arms can be in front or up by the ears here. Keep the shoulders down if you choose that variation. 6 altogether. Take your time, alternating sides. One more each. Nice work. Take a breath. We're going for 10 seconds of our full body core warm up here, challenging just within our own system. So feet wide, knees bent, tuck the pelvis, and then arms in front, shoulders down. We're gonna go 10 seconds, fast as you can, side to side. Keep everything else really motionless. Ready, steady, go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice work. After 10 seconds, things start to slow down. So all you got. Okay, last one. Double leg to single leg pogos, 5 of each one, 3 times through. Try to keep some power on the single legs when you transfer there and see if you can stay within the same spot as you're hopping. Alrighty, let's go. Ooh. Nice work. So the single legs really give you information as to if you have one side that's a lot stronger than the other, something to work on. So take a breath or 2 or 3, grab some water. We're going to get into the power dynamic exercises. We'll be using a little bit of weight here and there. And as always, just focusing on form. We're only doing 6 repetitions of each movement, but we'll repeat them 3 times to get lots of practice. And really, again, the goal is to put full effort into those repetitions. So we're not doing a ton, but we want them to be effortful, should be out of breath by the end of them. And yeah, we'll feel like a ninja athlete in no time. So first exercise, body weight, just working on vertical jumps. Not as high as you can, maybe like 70 to 80%, working on soft landing, but we're doing them in succession. So there's no pause in the bottom. We're just coming down into the next one and right back up for 6 altogether. Remember that you want your arms to go in the same direction. So as you're coming down, arms come down, then throw them up as you go up. And we're going to be soft but stable in our ankles, knees, and hips. So I'll show you what this looks like, and then we'll do 6 in succession together. So it's going to be down, 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 right? So we're not pausing, we're just fluid right into the next rep, okay? So here we go for 6. Breathe in, exhale up. Nice. Great job. Take a breath. We want to be as soft in our landing as possible, so as quiet as we can. I found I was a little bit loud there. I'll work on that for the next round. Next, we're taking a single weight. It doesn't have to be super heavy. We're working on moving the weight a little bit faster through this movement. And we're working on our diagonal chops. So really, we're just loading into the hip, using the hip for power. So really imagine that your weight is like attached to your hip and you're trying to throw from the hip, right? Less the arms. Arms are just holding the load in this case. So we're gonna work on 6 per direction. I'm gonna start right to left, shoulders down, holding your weight end to end. And then we're sitting into that hip as we've been working on in this series. Hinging, reaching, loading, right? If the weight was attached to my hip, it would be right here. I'm just holding it a little bit away. And then the hip is really throwing. Arms kind of lag behind. So I'm not leading with my arms like that. I'm thinking about my hip going through. Arms just end up following because of momentum. It's physics. So here we go for 6, right to left. Breathe in, load the hip. 1. 2. Excellent. Second direction. Left to right. Load the left hip, find that stretch. Nice. work. So if I release the weight, which I will not, especially in this space, I would try to see if I could throw it as far as I could. And that way, you really have to utilize the lower body to get it as far as you can. Okay, third exercise, you don't need any weights. We're gonna go laterally, right? Because athletes, we need to move in all directions. We're working on lateral jumps, but we're working on sticking the landing. So when we start on a single leg, like a single leg squat, really similar to that movement we just did with the hinge, bend the knee, hip goes back. This other leg is just lifted, right? And then same idea as the exercise before, you're gonna notice there's redundancies in these movements. It's all about the hip power. That's why it's such a big muscle group. It can produce a lot of force and it can do a lot of work. So we're gonna leverage that. So same exact mechanic on the single leg. All we're doing here is we're throwing or we're extending the hips so that we go laterally and arms come across, stick the landing into that same position if you can. So nice and low, that's easier to control and stabilize. If you're taller, that's harder. If you're down here, easier. So we're gonna go for 12 total. Just count to 12, it's easier. And see if you can pause on that single leg when you land the jump and just be in control. So try not to go into the next repetition. Gather your control, reset, and then go. We're looking for power. We're not looking for just going side to side here. We're gonna work on distance and height and sticking that landing. Okay, enough talking. Let's go. 12. 1. Stick it. 2, 4, 5. I didn't have control. 6. Great work. Okay, learn from the set, right? And we're gonna improve on the next one. If you felt out of control, if you didn't have stability, if you had to reset on reps, it's all good. That's why we're here. We're practicing, we're training. That's the whole point. So let's have fun with it. Last movement, we're working on the hang power clean, and we're adding a squat to overhead as part of the whole sequence. So I'll show you what this looks like. We'll have 2 weights. Again, you don't have to go super heavy when we're working on speed and technique, but on the next rounds, if you feel like you want to challenge a little bit more, go for it. So we're starting about hip width apart with the feet. It's going to be the hinge, and then we're using the hips, again, as the power producing muscle group to extend and bring the weights all the way to the shoulders. So hinge, hips go all the way up to the shoulders. And then from here, we're gonna squat with our weights in this front rack position and go all the way overhead. So breathe in, squat, and then all the way up. So that's gonna be 1 full repetition of that sequence. We're gonna do 6 of them. Okay, so feel free to play around with the stance now that we're adding the squat. If it feels better to go a little wider with your feet to start, totally fine. So here we go. Hinge, hips, power up. You'll lift the heels slightly if you're using a little bit heavier weight. That's really good. We want extension through the ankles too. Reset. Last one. Nice work. So round one complete. We're learning the movements, patterning, and then we're more familiar going into the next round. I'll give you a couple focus points, but we'll get right after it. Vertical jumps, a little wider stance, and then in succession. So trying to land, load, and get into the next rep right away. Arms throwing up. 80% of your max, not full out, but work on that soft, fluid transition between reps. Here we go for 6. Awesome. So that was a little quieter for me. That's great. It means I was softer in my landing. If you're really loud, try softening through your knees and hips and ankles, and anticipate the ground on each one. Take a breath, grab a single weight. So diagonal chops, imagining throwing as far as you can. If you're outside, maybe you do throw your weight, that's all good. So 6 right to left, stretch and load. Nice work. So we're using more power this time in the extension. Really think about it, squeezing the glute as you come across. Other side. Great. Okay, no weights for the next one. Single leg lateral jumps, focusing on sticking the landing and really using the hip to power your jump, your motion, right? It's pretty easy to just kind of push off of the foot and we're losing all that power that we could be getting from the hip. I like doing the exercise we just did before this one because it primes it. So work on, first and foremost, sticking the landing. If that's no problem for you, then you can work on a little bit more height or a little bit more distance or a bit of both. So 12 altogether. Here we go. Load, hip. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa. Okay, nice work. So I find it a little bit more challenging to land and stick it on the left. I'm gonna really try to nail that for the last round. Okay, last exercise, 2 weights. This is our series of movements here. It's kind of two movements in one. So the hinge, hip extension to the shoulders, and then the squat to overhead. In both of these, try to use your legs as much as you can. Arms are just along for the ride. So really getting that power from the ground and from your hips to power the movement. So if you used heavier weights, you could still do it because the lower body would really be the driving force. Okay, 6 total, hang power clean, squat to overhead. We got it. Nice work. Okay, take a little break. We have one more round to do. And each round, I encourage you to kind of pick something to work on intentionally, right? So we're not just moving and exercising. Those are all great things, but we're trying to get better. We're trying to improve. So try to be intentional with picking one thing that is going to make a difference for you in these movements. Are you ready for the last round? Okay, so we're going to, again, we can give a little bit more energy. If you feel like you have these movements in the bag, maybe you go all out, 100% effort. Otherwise, again, just focus on the form, being stable and strong, and really committing to every single repetition. There's not that many, but we want to give what we can to each one. Vertical jumps or 6. Awesome. Take a breath or two in between, no rush in between repetitions. If you need more rest, like all good. We want to be able to, again, give energy. So take the rest that you need. Take a second to pick a focus for the next movement, our diagonal chops. And then when you're ready, we'll commit. Ready. Second side. Good work. Again, take your time setting up into the next one. This is not a rush or a race. Bring the heart rate down a little bit. Think about what you're doing next. Single leg, I said I was going to focus on the left side. Let's see if I get it better this time. And when you're ready, go for it. One thing that can help you with this movement is as you approach the ground on your next leg, I really think about kind of grabbing the floor with my toes and then into my heel. That really helps with that stabilizing action. So the big toe is your stabilizing toe. If it lifts, the whole balance is thrown off. It's really challenging. So try to use the big toe if you can on this one. Here we go. Awesome, cool. My left side was better. Right side, not so much. That's okay. And we'll come into our last exercise of the day, our sequence with our dumbbells here. So body's starting to fatigue a little bit. So whatever you have in terms of hip extension, lower body power, give it all on these last 6 repetitions and then we'll cool it down. All right, here we go. If you're with me, last one. Whew, we did it. Great work. A little sweaty, a little out of breath, very activated in the body. We're gonna cool it down with a couple of stretches here. So let's stay standing for the first one. I'm gonna do a nice chest stretch. If you have a wall or a doorway or something to hold on to, a post, we're gonna open up the shoulder and the chest. So you can go with a straight arm here or a 90-degree arm. Play around with whatever your body is feeling works for it. And I'm gonna head to the wall here, hand on the wall, and then just gently turning to open and find that stretch. We'll just hold until we feel a change. So at least 30 seconds. If you want to hold for longer, go for it. And just focus on lengthening your exhales. It'll bring the heart rate down, it'll bring the breathing rate down. When you are switching sides, just do that really slowly out of the stretch. We'll switch sides. And one thing I encourage you to do to sort of integrate this practice or this training into your life is to think about the movement patterns, the mechanics of these actions, and then see where you can apply them, see where you can use them in your regular life outside of the gym or the training space. Last stretch we'll do will come down to the floor, and we're gonna have one leg straight, the other leg bent, and then we're gonna turn and reach towards the straight leg foot. Here, if you're rounded through the spine, that's okay, because you'll feel a nice low back stretch here, but try to pull your toes towards your face here and press your heel away to really lengthen through the back side of the leg. So whether you're a retired athlete, still a current competing athlete, or never an athlete, this series is for you and for your friends. So if you know anyone that could benefit from this practice, definitely share these classes, this series with them. Again, slowly come out of one side to go into the other side. Power is definitely one thing that we lose as we get older, so it's a really important thing to continue to practice and train. Nice. Excellent job, everyone. If you enjoyed the class, give it a like, subscribe to our channel, and we have a link in the description box for our training app. We would love if you checked it out, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.